Happy Monday, humans. Are you happy that it's Monday? That was a question that a lot of my fellow teachers would ask me because every Monday I would come in and I would say, Happy Monday! And lots of teachers, you can ask them, they thought there must be something wrong with me. How could you be happy that it's Monday? Well, when I was in high school, I had a teacher that told me if we paid attention in class, if we did a good job with our work on the last day of school, he'd tell us the secret to a happy life. And we were so excited. On the last day of school, he sat on his desk and he told us a story about how he decided what he wanted to do with his life. And he said, if you can figure out something you do that brings you joy, that you would do every day for free, and then find a way to make that part of the work that you do to make a living, you'll never work a day in your life and you'll be happy. And I was like, it can't be that simple. But I trusted him. And I knew that I loved working with kids. I loved teaching. I loved singing, making art, making music. And when I was in college, it hit me. I was like, what? Teaching elementary school, I will literally get to do all of those things every day. And so when I wake up on Mondays and I know that I'm going into a school building to work with other people who also want to teach, to work with students who, like me when I was in elementary school, may or may not actually like school, it felt like a joy because my mission as a teacher was to make school enjoyable. I mean, think about it. School is a place you have to go every day. Most kids don't get a choice about that. And for a lot of kids, it's not really that enjoyable. For me, school was a place I had to go, and I felt like an outsider. I felt like nobody saw me, nobody understood me, and nobody understood how stressful life was for me at home. And so when I became a teacher, I wanted to make sure that every kid who was coming from a background like me, or from a background that was nothing like mine, but for whatever reason didn't like school, I wanted to make sure those kids had at least one moment of joy in the classroom. And I found that in my journey through school, there were two teachers that saw me and did that for me. And I can still see them. I can still hear the words that they said. I can still remember how it felt to go into their classroom. So it's my hope that for you today, in this virtual classroom, you might be able to feel a little bit of joy. And I thought we could end with a little mindfulness practice that could help you actually cultivate that joy inside of you. Yeah, because you can't always control whether or not your teacher and you get along perfectly. Even the greatest teachers in the world, if you're in their classroom and for whatever reason your personalities, your styles don't click, it might not be enjoyable for you. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the teacher and everything to do with what's going on in your own mind. And the sooner we can integrate some skills that give us the power and the control over whether or not we're building up our own joy and happiness, the sooner we'll be able to increase the amount of joy we feel each and every day. And just a reminder, feeling joy does not mean you won't feel sadness or anger or worry or regret. It just means that you'll be able to experience all of those afflictive emotions and still have space for that joy to keep growing. Yeah. In fact, if you can't feel sad and angry and worried and scared, you can't feel as happy either. By avoiding those emotions, you actually limit just how happy and joyful you can feel. You don't have to take my word for it. I would consider asking your trusted adults what they think about that theory. One thing that helps me feel joyful is music. So I'm going to play a song I wrote to help me stay joyful. Maybe it'll work for you. If it doesn't, just pretend I never played it. If it does, then hey, maybe it's a song you could learn. So we're going to try this song, and then we'll try a little mindfulness exercise. shine, let it shine. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. Shine it on freedom. Can't no bush burn brighter than that light of truth. Can't no bush burn brighter than that light of truth. Can't no bush burn brighter than that light of truth. Shine it on to freedom. You've got a right to that tree of life. You got a right to that tree of life. You've got a right to that tree of life. Growing on to freedom. Can't no drum blow louder than that sound of the call. Can't no drum blow louder than that sound of the call. Can't no drum blow louder than that sound of the call. Crying out for freedom. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. Shine it on to freedom. You got a right to that tree of life. You got a right to that tree of life. You got a right to that tree of life. Growing on to freedom. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. You got a light, let it shine, let it shine. Shine it on to freedom. You got a right to that tree of life. You got a right to that tree of life. You got a right to that tree of life. Growing on to freedom. And it's that light that you have, it's that right to be free that you have, that I want us to focus on right now. So this is a mindfulness activity we're going to try. And just a reminder, mindfulness activities are always optional. So if you're not feeling mindful or like you want to practice mindfulness, you can turn this off right now. The joy and beauty of mindfulness is that it only works if you want it to work. And if you'd like it to work, here's our practice we're going to do today. I need you to think of just one person that makes you feel good about yourself. This can be a person you know in real life. This could be a person that you only know through computers or screens or movies. For me, one of the people I always think about that makes me feel good is the person who created the neighborhood of make-believe, Mr. Rogers. So that's the person I'm gonna think about. It could be a trusted adult. It could be a brother, a sister, an uncle, an aunt, a grandma, a grandpa, a neighbor. It could even be a four-legged friend. I mean, think about just how good a cat or a dog can make you feel, okay? So your goal today is to focus on that friend, on that trusted adult, or on that four-legged friend, and imagine what it feels like just to be in their presence. To do this activity, all you need is your imagination in a comfortable place to sit or lay down. So if you're going to do this sitting up, I like to say, let's take our seat as though we're royalty. Not like we're slouching like we don't really care about ourselves. And not like a soldier, like we're under orders to sit up straight, but like you are a queen, like you are a king. And everyone who comes to see you is coming to you because you're important. So sit with that importance in mind. Or lay down with that importance in mind, knowing that you deserve rest when you're tired. And then allowing your gaze to shift down to the floor, or even allowing your eyes to close if you're comfortable. Check in with your body. I like to give my neck a stretch. I like rolling out my shoulders and my spine, and then coming back to my regal, dignified seat. And focusing just on my breath. I'm going to breathe in and out as deeply as I can, just 3 times. Noticing how the air feels as it comes in and how it goes out. And shifting back just to a normal breath. Bring to mind that person or that animal that makes you feel good about yourself. Noticing what they look like. From the top of their head down to their feet. How are they positioned? Are they sitting? Are they standing? What are they saying? Or what noises are they making? What does it feel like to be in their presence? To know that they're right in front of you. Noticing how pleasant it feels to be with them. What are the words they say? What are the things that they do to let you know that they care about you, that they love you? Now focusing on your own feelings. How does it feel to be in their presence? Is it a warm feeling? Is it a loving feeling? Sometimes it can even be kind of a sad feeling. There's no feeling that's wrong as long as it's yours. And at any moment, if a feeling comes up that you're not comfortable with, you can stop this activity. And at any moment, if your mind wanders during this practice, you can notice it and gently shifting your attention back to this wonderful friend that makes you feel so good. You can remind yourself that that's mindfulness. When you notice your mind wander, and you gently bring it back. Now, what would you say to this friend? Would you say thank you? Would you not say anything at all? Would you just give them a squeeze? Whatever it is, thank them for how they make you feel. And then shifting your attention back to your breath, and raising your gaze or opening your eyes. Check in with yourself. How do you feel now? Is this an activity that you liked? Is it a mindfulness practice that was just fine? Or is it one that you didn't prefer? There's no wrong answer as long as you're answering for yourself. I miss you all, and virtually, it's wonderful to be with you. And so, like I always say, don't forget, okay? Do not forget. Look here, I can see you, Let's pretend you can see me and I can see you. You, my friend, exactly the way that you are, exactly the way that you're feeling, you are completely awesome. Bye for now.